Movistar Riders all the way from the play-in to the playoffs. We'll see if they can get it done. T-side here for Team Vitality. They struggled on the T-side it starts. Apex, I'm sure, will be getting his squad to focus up ahead of this pistol and see if they can get off to a good start themselves. They start to lean towards ramp.
G, the man in position right now. Taking a wider angle, spots them out early, but he has to drop down straight away. That means Vitality can take the ramp control, but they don't have to use that. They could still go elsewhere.
They've taken the ramp control, but as you point out, they can go elsewhere, and that's where they want to go. They want to go in towards Hell. Just spots out the net, drops it on down through the ladder hole. Does a bit of damage onto a couple of Vitality players yet, but yet to really get into a fight.
Movistar happy to just control the positions. They don't mind giving up ramp, they don't mind giving up Hell. They still have all of the eventualities accounted for right now. And I think Vitality were hoping that they could get an opener here. They were hoping they could find an early frag and then go off the back of that. Now they have to figure out what the best goal will be for the end of this round. Magisk spots that man down on B. There's a pick and a trade. Kills coming in quickly.
Deaths. Starts to back away. Swings on out. ZywOo immediately shreds through Deaths. The kill added to Vitality's tally, and they're up 2. Now Mopar is being cleared out, being checked inside of the hut. That was the one position that could have caused a few problems, but the ball going down now for Vitality, and some Pious spotted towards outside. It is surely going to be over in just a second. Apex will confirm. 1-0 lead for Vitality. T-side picked up. Now we did see the T-side pistol be converted over on Mirage, and then when the guns came out, Vitality were not competitive. They have a good opportunity here to build on the T-side early with this pistol. But eyes will certainly be focused more on the gun rounds, which will be coming up shortly enough. But this round, forced buy from Movistar.
Yeah, they've got what they can. Deegs and a scout into this one. Vitality setting the tone early with some instant yard smokes. The utility isn't really there for Movistar to delay this. They don't have the incendiary. They don't have many flashes if they wanted to try and flash through. So they've had to just concede that drop early, but Alex is watching for the players wrapping around towards main.
Well, they're just taking their time here. Vitality, you don't want to drop the ball this early on the T side. For all the reasons we pointed out earlier. So you realize, you can walk into a stack, you can walk into a little setup that might unravel your round. So using the utility to the best of their ability. Main smoke goes in for Apex. They're really avoiding some unnecessary fights with the utility, and they will cross down secret with more members, leaving Apex to cut off rotations in yard. Vitality put pressure onto the B-bomb site.
Some Pious already down. Door was just naded open. They molly the vents to try and slow the rotate. This G, who doesn't want to commit with the scout, he lands the first shot. That's able to make the most of it with a quick double.
Oh, that dig, that's looking nasty. A couple of kills coming back in here for Vitality. dupreeh comes around, but he is spotted by the dig of Deaths 2, and Mopar's in with one more. Just a single bullet needed, and misutaaa will drop. So many fights he has to take, and not a lot of health. Alex puts one between the eyes, and Movistar Riders on the Deagles with the force buy, bite back on Vitality right away.
Wow, they were able to rotate so many players into position. They had a couple of players on ramp, and Vitality actually didn't have much utility left as they approached the site. They used a lot of it prior. They used a lot on the yard play. They used some to cut off the vent rotate. And then I think they were hoping dupreeh could just get the flank at the right time, but he was a little too late because the players on the site went down so quickly.
Oh, it's frustrating here for Vitality. They did drop the ball very early on the T side. Their first loss already picked up at the hands of the weaker buy. AK into the hands of ZywOo. The rest are on Glocks. So ZywOo really is everything in this round.
misutaaa has been the hero that spent his money to drop that over to ZywOo in this one.
Oh, let's see if that investment will pay off. I mean, even if he doesn't win the round, which is obviously very likely that it will go Movistar Riders' way, the idea here is to allow ZywOo to at least inflict economic damage onto the CTs. Try and force them to rebuy. Stop them from getting an early build-up of cash. And they're going to let ZywOo start to move forward. But the angle of daviG is so strong, it would take a perfect shot from ZywOo, and luckily, perfection is the name of the game for ZywOo. Surgical precision, daviG down, and now an opening into the lower side.
Drops down straight away. Mopos is the man trying to respond. He's got to be wary though, because the players are already sneaking up all the way into the site itself. Flash goes through. ZywOo opened up the double doors, but I think the bomb can just be planted. Mopos trying to make a move. They haven't heard him.
He went through with a sound cue. He went through with a sound cue, and they don't react to decon. Magisk has a better weapon though, and they haven't checked him. He denies the defuse right away, and unfortunately for Vitality, can't follow up on the second kill and the second opportunity. misutaaa with a 3K. Yeah, great movement there. We'll have to see the replay to see exactly what happened in the midst of the chaos, but seemed like the sound cue was blocked somehow on the decon door swing because they did not hear him out at all.
Yeah, maybe it's just the nade is loud enough.
Yeah, with the door blowing off in front of them. We'll see how this happens. This is ZywOo opener.
Sumpai's got one back. And then just a big lineup. Sumpai's was also there to help. Not much that Magisk could do in such a tough position, even though he was unexpected. And Movistar Riders have shown a good ability to not fall for any rotations and not fall for any of these slow plays that Vitality are running. They've been willing to sit back and react accordingly. I think that's why in that second round, the slow play from Vitality was maybe a little questionable, especially as they left themselves with such little utility. Look at this though, quick play out and a good spray.
Yeah, Apex yet again, landing some banger flashbangs, and that's going to allow 2 opening kills for Vitality, and that should be enough actually to force the safe call right away here from Movistar.
Just so quick. Got out through Squeaky, had a flash to get out through the smoke. Very back and forth start to this all-important third and final map. I think Vitality can be pretty happy with this. We have seen a lot of maps of Nuke be pretty CT-sided in the current meta. It's not uncommon to see 10-5 CT halves. It's actually one of the reasons why teams can be concerned sometimes when they pick Nuke, because they often have to start T side, and it's often difficult to get going early on that T side. But with Vitality bringing it back to an even scoreline, they've also got a chance to take control of the economy game early, which would be massive.
daviG has enough to drop Mopos. He's going to purchase up into the rifle as well, so the full buy is still there for Movistar Riders. It's still a very good buy. And for Team Vitality, this is their opportunity. As you pointed out, this could be the turn of the tides very early on. This round could be the difference between letting Movistar Riders build a CT half and Team Vitality starting strong on the T side. It's quick again, through the doorway, it's blown open. Top hut molly comes in, Sumpaiaa stops Magisk, but a couple of players have penetrated the lower site already.
Yeah, that's not too bad. They should be able to quickly get that bomb down. They still have utility of their own to try and get rid of some of these post-plant positions. You can already see Movistar Riders not able to get in through ramp. And there's loads of smokes left for Vitality to work with.
Oh, Alex turns up and spots dupreeh on top of Silo. Looked like dupreeh had the advantage in that fight, but it goes the other way. And this puts more pressure on the hold itself within the post-plant, but ZywOo will handle it. Deals a Mopos. That at least removes one of the threats towards decon, and you can focus more on the retake approach from Secret and ramp. ZywOo goes back in behind the double door to play on the stairway, but Apex is coming around. It isn't exactly planted for Vitality, but they're taking a long time to get back into this one. Movistar, finally they will start to defuse. Apex comes around, the headshot will confirm it all. And that will give Vitality the round. Movistar Riders take a long time to actually get into a position to compete that. And Vitality, another quick call going their way.
We're seeing big celebrations from both teams whenever they're winning these rounds right now. They know how important wrestling the early control can be. ZywOo making that nice proactive play initially, make sure that the numbers are still good enough for Vitality. And then that utility just stalls things out so significantly, especially with that quick bomb plant.
And you mentioned the last round as well. This was the opportunity for Team Vitality to break that economy, to put Movistar Riders into a tough spot. Well, they've done it. There still is an AWP in the hands of some Pies, but everybody else is on pistols. Now, Vitality have suffered a loss to the weaker pistols already, but this round should be different. And a kill from Apex will put Vitality into a better spot right away.
Clean kill from Apex too.
Every round you pick up on the T side here, Vitality will realize it's one step closer to the Lanxess Arena. Think about it as well, how much it would mean for the old Astralis players here to get into the Cologne playoffs and hopefully have a shot at a deep run, because that was the one, the ESL one was the one that eluded them. It was the trophy that eluded the old Astralis dominant era. They haven't always been able to perform in Cologne.
Apex wrapping round, spots some oppos in the back. Was a nice idea for Movistar with the boost, and some Pius able to get aggressive. I thought he was going to get caught on the fallback, but instead he's going for the hunt down. AVG not with enough to have impact, so the bomb will go down to lower. That's just the first responder, but with just a dig and smokes obscuring his vision, there's nothing he can really do, except for maybe try and find that gun that was dropped.
Oh, Apex is seen as next victim. He begins the stalk. AK picked up, 4 deaths. I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold it, as Apex is tracking his victims.
If they go back to spawn, though, it is pretty hard to win those fights.
Not going to get that on time either. They've got to wait. Seems like they've dodged that. And Apex will concede the hunt. So 4 rounds for Vitality on the T side. That's already the amount they picked up over on Mirage in their T side. A better start, keeping Movistar Riders at bay.
Now it is really important the Movistar Riders come through with some rounds shortly. Otherwise, this can get into a position where Vitality go too far ahead. They realize it. Tactical timeout taken early for Movistar Riders. Give it a chance for their coach Blade to talk things through with them. Not the Na'Vi Blade, he's not coaching 2 teams. Don't worry.
I don't think he's probably capable of doing so.
Probably not. Maybe we need to start investigating if having a coach called Blade just suddenly makes you a very good team.
Sure.
Movistar Riders out of nowhere, looking to try and make it through to the playoffs here. In order to do so, though, they could really do with winning this round right here. And Vitality have shown a willingness to mix up. Quite a few slow rounds, but also 1 or 2 quick A plays have been thrown into the mix. It looks like this one will be a more standard approach taken by the Vitality T side. Look at all this utility towards Squeaky, though. I think Movistar Riders realize that has been a bit of a problem position. They make sure they can't lose control of that early. Some Pius is down in secret here for the CTs. So that means they don't have to be too concerned about that lower side of the map right now. They've also got Alex towards Yard, so he can help control that position as well. But once these Yard smokes go down, we'll be interested to see what the response is. And wow, Sunpice is actually committing to red. It's a ballsy call, but it could be one that works out for him. It looks likely Vitality will be going for the Yard smokes, but with a couple of players in lobby, I don't think they're going to commit behind them. This is great info. Sunpire sees Yard is clear. He knows those are fake Yard smokes. That means Movistar Riders can stack in the correct positions. They've got to be ready for this A site hold.
30 seconds. Deaths is looking to hold from the back of the side. It's one. misutaaa goes forward. Reply kill is found. Mopos doing some work, but it's not really going to be a lot. And it is finally being shut down here. Movistar Riders return to a winning round. 3 players staying up. 3 rounds picked up on the board.
Yeah, really nice to see Movistar Riders going for one of those information plays here on the CT side. I think that will be incredibly important for them. And it's not easy to do that all the time on Nuke. The CT aggression options are there, but they have to be well timed. If you want to push lobby, for example, you've got to make sure you do it at the right time when it's not stacked with multiple players, or it is just favorable for your opponents. So great that Sumpires could get that info. Heavy stack on the right side pays off for them. And now I wonder if we see something slightly faster from Vitality here. Last round was very slow. And they weren't really able to move Movistar Riders out of their positions. Looks like it's just the same setup for Movistar Riders. Sumpires down Secret again. He's mollied out this time, but Deaths wins that first fight. And that could stall Vitality's attempt to move out through A.
Apex trading out. And Deaths pushed up in towards Hut. Might just catch Magisk coming back, and he will, in fact, take him out. Minute left. Vitality taking some ground towards the ramp, but they are weakened with the amount of players they've lost already. And Yard being held by Apex, an important kill to find for Sumpires. It's even more important that he traded that one. He will do so efficiently. 44 seconds left. Sumpires drops away from Secret, crosses into main to bolster the A defense. ZywOo's going to maintain position at Heaven, and dupreeh will move forward to main. They can try and split this A site from 2 sides. SoundQ will give away Death Spot. dupreeh will catch Sumpires, and the second kill given over. dupreeh has turned this one around for Vitality and sent it down into the 1 versus 2. daviG. He is the one that needs to make it happen. No utility for the job. dupreeh and ZywOo on the other side. He will climb the ladder towards Heaven, but he should begin to pray. Time will start to tick. dupreeh has spotted him out, and the headshot for dupreeh. A 3rd kill in the round. Enough impact in the late round to convert that into a Vitality round win. And you've got to be feeling good about that.
Yeah, incredible impact from dupreeh there, because Movistar Riders were effective on the initial trades. The aggressive play from Deaths paid off to get them the early advantage on the CT side. He's been playing very well in his position. But dupreeh able to sneak in, get in behind. They weren't quite ready for that fight against him. And that's more of what Vitality need. As long as they can keep the trade somewhat even early, they've got players capable of making plays like that when the round opens up. There's an opportunity, but Sumpires' AWP dropped out of the round early. That was the main gun Movistar had. At least they get it back, but they can't stop the Secret play.
No, you can't. You don't really have a lot to stop anything Vitality throw at you at this point. Magisk causing problems up inside of the lobby, so if Movistar Riders decide to move through that way, they will have to deal with him. daviG is rotated down to the lower side. This is often where you will find him. But can he deliver a shot with a D? Gets one right away on a misutaaa. Damage done to ZywOo as well. He's damn close to taking a second. But the reaction to try and drop down the vent to help out the Movistar approach on the lower side is cut off by Magisk. And a second kill taken from his rifle too. Alex is the AWP, so it's a save call for him. He's taking that back over towards CT spawn. And Vitality, well, they're coming back up to A. Cap nearly allowing the kill. The bomb is in that vicinity, but Alex is not going to be hanging around to spot it. And actually, Apex is hungry for the kill. He's running for it. He's got dupreeh alongside of him. They know if they get this AWP out of the hands of Movistar Riders, it is unlikely they will be able to afford one in the next, and that would be true. Alex is pinned. He's got to feel like his seconds are numbered. He is not looking great to survive this round. Vitality sending body after body in to try and take Alex down. It's one quick kill, misses the second, and that will be enough to allow Apex to compose himself to close out the final kill of the round. 6 rounds now picked up for Vitality. This is a much better T-side showing than we got to see earlier on in this series.
Not choosing to take the AWP either. They're happy to go with the rifles, play more dynamically. And this is looking much improved for Vitality. We were saying earlier, they are the team you would expect to be able to perform a little better under the pressure. And it's also a scenario where Movistar Riders maybe felt like they've given away that opportunity after losing their map pick. Alex able to get an early kill in this round, so that will help Movistar Riders be a bit more comfortable at the start of this one. He's going to be stuck behind red container, and dupreeh closing in. He's not ready.
No, he's not ready at all. And Alex is going to take his life away. Vitality, not the most inspiring start to the round, but much better here from Movistar Riders. They have a double setup in the ramp room, and that is going to be enough to equalize out the trade. Magisk left inside of the lobby this time. His teammates will not be in a powerful position. In fact, they will be non-existent on the server. Magisk has to do everything. Now he does have the bomb on his back and a full minute to play with. Oh, he's going to get tagged up by the molly. It spreads on the last tick, and that'll be enough information to draw the bullets towards his position. A fourth round for Movistar Riders.
That's so funny. The molly actually broke the door fully open, and that's why it spreads to him.
And is this the last tick too?
I don't know if I've seen that before.
Oh, that's rough. Of course, just a reminder as to what this matchup means. The winner of this matchup will go on to play Na'Vi for a spot in the semi-finals, therefore confirming your attendance in the playoffs. And the loser of that Na'Vi matchup will go to the quarterfinals. And the loser of this matchup will go down to the lower bracket to play against Mouse.
Timeout for Vitality now. They've already got 6 rounds on this T side, which I'm sure they will be very happy with. For Movistar Riders, most of their success is coming when they can play aggressively towards yard, when they can control that position. It's a lot easier for them to stack the right sites elsewhere. I think for Vitality, it would be a good idea for them to set that tone towards yard again in this round. They haven't too often decided to fully commit to the yard smokes. Feels like Movistar Riders are calling them out for that now. Mopos, in position early, and Magisk did not expect him to be ahead of that smoke.
Yeah, that's a Mopos play. That's what you love to see, isn't it? Gets right up towards Squeaky, challenges down Magisk early, and he knows he likes to play that spot. ZywOo's going to trade it out, though, towards outer. And it's going to be Alex, the victim of the AWP.
I feel like this is a round where they didn't need to challenge yard like that. They've got the advantage.
Careful.
Small gap in that smoke. Big damage done onto dupreeh. He gets into garage, and he's still playing with confidence despite being so low.
That's what it is. It's a mentality. 11 HP, you play like you've got 100. Unless you're going near a nade, then don't do that.
Sure. Well, he's being left on that solo mission, just keeping that control while his teammates move back to lobby.
Here come Vitality. Attacking into the A site. The setup designed to deal with this is deaths towards Tetris. It's one as he goes proactive, and that does open up a weakness here as Sampaius is left alone towards the back of the site. It is going to be slow to get some teammates to come and help him, but Sampaius will hold long enough for daviG to come up the ladder, and Sampaius will take out Apex, putting it just down to dupreeh and ZywOo. But take note of dupreeh's play, his decision to try and flank around. But the time,
enough.
He hasn't got a long enough approach to get back up that, and ZywOo realizes, well, I can't make the play alone, so he has to back away and save the AWP. And Vitality have to concede this one, allowing 5 rounds now to go to Movistar Riders.
They're slowly finding their success here on this CT side. Again, though, Vitality not heavily committing to yard, and especially when dupreeh starts getting spammed on the edge of that smoke, you figure that Movistar Riders might have figured out that that is more of a lurk play, leaving that one player alone. You could see they were pretty well prepared on that A-bomb site. They have been doing a solid job at holding that in these recent rounds. was only that one round with the faster plays that Vitality have been more effective with. The door early. ZywOo will not get given the opportunity to land an early shot, though. Everyone from Vitality moving around this A side of the map early. They're maybe hoping the yard play can be effective for the split, but with dupreeh taken out of contention, that won't be as easy. Movistar have been getting these opening kills in these recent rounds. Quite a few clean 5v4s for them.
And often when you lose that first player on the T side, especially on Nuke, we've seen a lot of teams struggle to convert those back. But when a kill like that comes your way, you cannot complain about it. Mopaz gives a free one up to Magisk, and he's going to look for another. Deaths and Alex on either side of the doorway, and the peek does come Magisk's way. He's just getting 3 kills. A conveyor belt of death delivered to Magisk, and Vitality have turned this one on their side. Magisk with another one. 4 kills in the round. And from Movistar Riders holding the advantage to complete capitulation, Vitality go to 7.
That is one of the tricky things for this playstyle of Movistar Riders. If they do want to go for the constant aggression, it is more difficult on this map. It is much easier for the Ts to hold and have favorable fights for themselves. You see that come through there. It was a clean 5v4 for Movistar Riders. I'm not sure they needed to make that play, but they attempted to. And now Vitality are getting themselves into a great position. 4K for Magisk in this round, for what it's worth. Pius will hold on to one extra rifle, which might allow Movistar Riders to go for the investment.
That's the kind of round when you realize how much this means to you. Obviously, if you lose this game, you aren't out of contention for the playoffs, but it does become a very difficult road because you no longer just have to win the series in front of you. You have to go through the lower bracket. You have to win 2 games just to get there. So it's real difficult to drop down there. And so that's the kind of round you do kick yourself a little bit about because you're up a man in that round. A round can make a difference at this level, at this point of the series. And you drop it like that, you let it slip. That is frustrating. So Movistar Riders taking a timeout, letting their coach have a say, looking to settle back into this because they still have the AWP here for Pius. They still have rifles out across the board. There's still an opportunity to answer right back after that round loss and try and suppress the amount of rounds Team Vitality can pick up in this first half. 7 already on the T side is good for Vitality, but it could get even better. Movistar Riders want to avoid that.
Yeah, this is a pretty high pressure round here. Movistar Riders with no money in the bank and not a big losing bonus either. Only a $1,900 loss bonus if they were to concede this round. That would allow Vitality to run away with this half and maybe get too far ahead. So pressure is on for Movistar Riders here.
ZywOo about to spot the secret push. It's close to it.
Alex is chilling for now.
Patient game.
Allows him to keep that control. Still not seeing the yard smokes for Vitality. They're sticking in lobby, and this time one of the aggressive plays does work out. Pius able to get into a good angle. That AWP finds a pick.
Yeah, it's a good maneuver there from Movistar Riders, and this is a point where you have the opener. You give it up in the last round, you can't do it again here. So daviG is starting to pull back just at the right time. The smoke starts to fade away, and the other side of it, Vitality players are revealed. daviG is about to be put under pressure on ramp. ZywOo came off silo. He's now playing at ramp with the AWP because he knew that Pius was here, so you want to try and fight the AWP with the other AWP. Oh, it hasn't quite worked out. They spotted the ramp setup. They know that Pius is playing towards hell. None of the kills have come Movistar Riders' way, so Vitality have forced them back and forced them to adjust, and they're committing into the lower bomb site.
There is a rotate arriving, but daviG wants to survive a little longer, wants to make sure the rotating players can get into position. Oh. He's going to get the first kill and try and look for more.
ZywOo is just going to hunt him down right away with the AWP. A great trade to come in, but Mopaz comes out swinging, gets one and denies the plant, and in doing so, denies the round for Vitality. They had to commit to the plant there. There wasn't enough time, and Mopaz realizes with the limited time, a hero play is available to swing out. And he knows if he can deny that bomb plant, that's the round. And he goes for it, and he's successful. That's the initial maneuver in the round. Senpai is getting aggressive, and at this point, everything is down to Vitality being perfect. Mopaz, I love how controlled he is. He takes the first fight. He still commits back in for the second. And you mentioned how important that round was, Holker. Well, Movistar have found it.
It's quite a confident call from Movistar Riders too, to just concede ramp like that and stick together, rotating elsewhere for the retake. I like how decisive they were in making that move instantly. Senpai just moves with his squad. The rotate was effective. And now Vitality put in a position where it's mostly just the one saved rifle of dupreeh, who wasn't really involved in that last round. Good shot Senpai, but here comes a smoke from Alex. Probably will try and peek up with the one-way. Oh, it's close, but he can't spot them yet.
They're just going to wait that smoke out. They know that it's a huge disadvantage if they are to peek into that piece of utility. So Vitality, when they hear that, no issue in just biding their time. It's now gone. So they feel better about a potential peek into a secret, which dupreeh will go for. If Alex pops his head back up, he is surely going to have a bit of lead in there. Although he is conservative in his approach. Magisk gets caught on the cross, but it's not enough damage to bring him down. And Vitality looking to try and get in all these pesky spots and try and overrun some of the CTs here. But with 25 seconds left, it's hard to see much happening here for Vitality.
Good kill from Alex. Eventually the trade comes in. dammyG will be flanked. He's not ready for ZywOo. 15 seconds remaining. They might actually get this bomb down.
Yeah, they're going to get the bomb down, but it's holding on to it that becomes difficult. At least that's extra cash for the next round, but that's all that'll happen. Movistar Riders get down. They tie things up 7-7. It's fantastic for Movistar to find their foothold here in the CT half, because it did look at times that Vitality could have run away with this. They have suppressed them to a maximum of 8 rounds for Vitality's T side. That bomb plant does make a difference, though. It gets that extra cash out that allows the rifles to come out on everybody. Some extra pieces of utility. The Movistar Riders would love to exit this half ahead. Timeout for Vitality to close the half.
I think that early run from Vitality was so big in this one. Feels like Movistar Riders have just been fighting to keep themselves in a position where it is still competitive. Gonna see if Vitality decide to run over towards Yard. I am a little surprised how little we have seen them full commit with those Yard smokes.
Well, confirmation on the A stream. G2 have taken a victory over ENCE. 16-13 on map 1 and a convincing showing on Ancient. 16-8 going G2's way. 7-7 here in this matchup. Again, a spot in the Lanxess Arena available to the winner of this map. Last round of the first half, Senpai looking to open things up. Gets in the fire, a bit hot and heavy for Senpai, so he gets out of there. Stays alive, but on 35 HP. Magisk going forward. He's in a real tough spot, and he does get caught by Mopaz. The first 2 kills go Movistar Riders' way, and Vitality are coming to a grinding halt here. The last round of the first half looks to go the way of Movistar Riders. Apex will try his best to turn that in the other way, but it isn't going to be happening. And ZywOo outside, 16 HP. Takes 1 down, but a lot more needed here for ZywOo. He has to go back into the site as well. The bomb is down, so he likes to fight damage. He reads it. Another kill for ZywOo. Is there potentially a shot here for the Phenom? They now cross the double up. They realize the player that is on the other side. You cannot give this man an inch. Now watch Heaven, expecting that to be the play for ZywOo. He's hoping for a mistake to come in. He's hoping for Movistar Riders to overextend, but they will give him the respect. They will sit back, run this clock down, and ZywOo will have to make the play. And Mopaz puts it down before ZywOo can have any chance at the clutch. 8-7, as close as you can get it here within the first half. We'll see who's heading to the line set after the break.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother.
Both teams suffering brutal losses on their map pick, but here on the third and final map of Nuke, it is as close as you can get it. Both teams fighting tooth and nail, trying to get to the playoffs of IEM Cologne. Within this best of three, Movistar Riders now on the T side. A small lead, one single round. They can extend that lead with a pistol win. Vitality favorite is in the odds, but Movistar Riders looking to push their way through to the A side.
Looks like Morpos will lead the charge with that Tech 9, and they're going to get up close. Early kill from Morpos. misutaaa tries to trade, but it's good for Movistar Riders.
Yeah, a couple of kills going away. Movistar Riders, they're going to hold the site, put the bomb down, and Vitality have to play into the retake. Now, they have got a smoke on Magisk, but they do not have the kit available. ZywOo will start to come back in from main, but there is smokes down right now, and that's a big problem here for Vitality. They're losing players. Magisk comes through, gets the trade, but needs the quick shot onto Alex, and it isn't going to happen. ZywOo will try his best to turn around, but it's just a single kill for ZywOo. And Movistar Riders will have their 9th round and will extend their lead heading into the second.
Initial entry was so important, coming out through Hut and just being able to clear that CT vent position with the Tech 9. As soon as you get the first kill on these A-sided plays as the Ts, It just puts you on the front foot. It puts you in a good position to win those trades. And Vitality unsuccessful on their retake attempt. So a much needed round for Movistar Riders. Now they need to make sure they can close out this one. And even if Vitality have the force, they know that there won't be too many guns good at range. So they're going to go to Yard. This MAC-10 will be able to get down Secret early. And that will force a response from Vitality, who themselves look like they're pushing into ramp right now. This is great info for Vitality. Now see, that's completely clear. And yes, it could still be an A play from Movistar through Yard and wrapping around, but it cuts out one side of that entirely. You can already see the response from Vitality, stacking down lower. Oh, I thought Apex had that.
I think Apex thought he had that too. That should have been a kill.
There still is lower stack though.
There is still that chance for Vitality. Could get messy here for Alex, and it will. misutaaa, MP9 gets a double. Now the doors swing open, and now into some pious they will go. And that's the bomb on his back. They must have spotted that. But he's running. He does not want to get involved in those fights. He's trying to rejoin his teammates on the upper bomb site. And he will get there. This is more like it from Sampaius as well across this map. He's 15 and 5.
Ooh.
And they're coming quick up the ladder. Sampaius needs to be careful.
Well, surprised he planted on this side of the site, but he gets away with it.
Oh, that's the one-way sent out. So if he stays on this side of the smoke, he can be impactful. Magisk has gone down. And Vitality not feeling it. Both coming in from heaven. They both made a lot of noise on the ladder, so you knew there were two players coming in from that one spot. So they realized they would have just been fixated upon this one position. Would have likely died upon entry. So saving the rifle and saving the MP9. Felt like it was a much better shot there for Vitality to take that one away. But Movistar Riders will progress to 10 rounds. They do well to not let that one slip.
Yeah, solid mid-round decision. And that is sometimes something that can be difficult in these rounds. You've made a call, you want to go down lower. You've got to figure out how to make that decision mid-round to make sure you don't run into this stack. You can see Sampaius figure that out instantly. He realized the best thing to do is just get the hell out of there. Sometimes less experienced players might not be able to make that decision so quickly in the moment, but he figured it out. And that means Movistar Riders put themselves in a good position to try and come out to a strong lead. Still some guns to contend with, though, on the Vitality side. And again, similar to the previous round, Alex down Secret early.
Yep, transitions into lower. Plenty of time to work with this one, too.
So we're just making sure that smoke is going to land at the window.
So, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, good job. You landed that smoke.
On ZywOo. He's going to spot out Death, hears him out. Sound Q is enough to track him and put the Deagle where it needs to be. Now does he consider that they could be pushed in towards Warehouse? He's about to be caught by this. Davy looking for him. ZywOo coming back in the Deagle, right where it needs to go. Davy out of there. And ZywOo's delivered some massive kills for Vitality at the beginning of this round. And now they look to try and convert on it. He's put them on the pedestal. It's time to try and close it.
Incredible awareness, and the lack of utility could be a real problem. That's the last nade.
There we go.
It's
That
just
was
bounced
well,
back.
wasn't it?
And these are close range angles on A sometimes you have to deal with.
Yeah, this could get very scary. 35 seconds. Movistar Riders looking a little flustered. They know that ZywOo's likely still towards outside, and it's another shot from ZywOo. The Deagle doing so much work. And Magisk joins in with a 5-7. Finally, ZywOo's put down. Alex gets a couple of kills, but there's still 3 more to find, and they double up through heaven, and Dupree will close it. That's what ZywOo can get you.
The awareness from ZywOo is incredible there. Just as you said, he might not be ready for this wrap through Garage. He repositions into a position that's safer. This first one was understandable. You hear the drop down, but this turnaround, oh, so well played. And then low on health, he just gets the timing right again. It's wild how easy he makes that look.
Yeah, when you have a player like ZywOo, we put these players like Simple, ZywOo, Nico, we put these players above everyone else because they get you rounds like that when it matters most. And you're in these situations, you can squeeze an extra round out. and deliver that. A timeout absolutely should be used here for Movistar Riders. It's tough here to be in this position economically because some players have cash, majority don't. So you have to concede likely this round, and so Team Vitality will be up to 9 off the back of that previous round win. And this is an opportunity for Team Vitality to keep this clean and build the CT economy.
That could be a massive turning point in this map and in Vitality's run in this tournament. Movistar Riders would have had a chance to just win a couple of early gun rounds and come out to an incredibly strong lead. Now it's looking much better for Vitality, and that nade looks incredible.
That's perfect. So much damage, softens them up. misutaaa, one and done. Takes it, drops down safely into the lower bomb site. These pistols really shouldn't be cutting through Vitality, especially with the damage they've sustained very early on. If you're just joining us from the A-Stream action, you were watching an elimination game. Well, this one is for the playoffs. One of these teams confirms, at a minimum, quarterfinals. And we'll have a matchup booked in versus Na'Vi for a spot in the semi-finals. It's been a tough one to call. We started the day with Vitality losing their map pick of Mirage 16-4 and then fighting back and winning Vertigo, the pick of Movistar Riders 16-3. So it's been a weird series. And this map has delivered on all fronts. Vitality now on 9.
Movistar Riders online with their first gun round. Well, their first ability to get this proper buy against Vitality's full gun round. There's that nade.
Perfect.
Sets up the MP9 nicely. But that was the expected round win. Now we get to see what Movistar Riders will be rocking on their T side. And the issues for both teams on those opener maps were the T side rounds. Vitality seemed to have fixed that here on Nuke. They got a decent T side together. Got to see if Movistar Riders can do the same. Early yard smokes deployed, but it doesn't look like they're going to follow up with them. Oh, and ZywOo spots, it's clear. Surely he's got to tell his teammates that they've got to be careful. misutaaa is being careful.
He is being careful, but he also did a really good job of just getting one and then dropping. This time he stays more committed in his position and will still at least get that one kill, but gets traded out this time.
It's pretty damn good for an MP9.
Yeah, very good.
Get a kill and a dink onto Davi. Some Pius is the man that's been left lurking though, and as he comes out through Squeaky, that kill could open up the round.
And dupreeh wants to go in and fight this, and he will. Some Pius traded out. Even numbers still maintained across the server.
But dupreeh's got to be terrified on A. He's completely alone.
And realizes that, so his teammates are coming back up to help him, but they're a long way away, and dupreeh gets flanked from heaven. Davi rains down from above. And for Vitality, this is now a tough position to be in, to retake this A site. You have one flashbang available. Doesn't feel like it's doable, and Apex will start to confirm that and drop back in towards the garage to save his rifle to the next round. And that's Movistar Riders pushing forward to 11, so neither of these teams so far in this second half have been able to grab full control of this game and put a big string of rounds together. Apex does go down, just losing the Galil. This is going to be competitive right up to the final moments.
Still good money for Vitality. Losing Apex at the end won't be a massive issue. This is a good example of how you can play fairly loose on the T side of Nuke. I think this is the best way to do it. You put a bit of pressure somewhere. This time they decide it's ramp. And then that can open up some rotations, and that can open up some 1v1 fights towards Squeaky. And especially when you know you might be against some weaker weapons, I think that's a good approach to the round. You just get some Pius, a fair fight with the AK towards door. That's the most important moment of the round, and that's what they set up for.
Well, they've thrown the outside execute here, Movistar Riders. They're held back initially by CT Utility, but it is only one player committing towards outside. Once again, it is Alex who will try and pressure towards Yard and try and get down towards Secret, which he has done so often. But this time, he will have to fight versus ZywOo. Once again, misutaaa will be placed under pressure with Movistar's intentions of challenging down ramp. And he hasn't been able to get that molly out in time. They're beyond it. They're in front of his utility, so he started to panic a little bit. We'll drop down into the ramp and call for Apex to try and come over and help him.
Movistar have left themselves with enough utility that they don't have to commit to anything here. Yes, they are lacking on smokes, but some flashes. And again, they have adjusted the vitality hold somewhat. Apex has had to reconsider his position. That's a good nade again.
Yeah, he's going to hear the sound cue off it as well, so he knows how close they are to that doorway. ZywOo, still patient as ever, will eventually get his reward on Alex's push down. That tendency read by ZywOo, but here comes the play from Movistar Riders, attacking into dupreeh. It's one from dupreeh from the rafters, but it's Magisk who's trying to do all the heavy lifting because his teammates have fallen, and that is the bomb down. Just AVG left, and Magisk swings a 3K collected and a 10th round for Vitality. You can see how much that means to Vitality at this point. Fired up as the 10th round gets emblazoned on the scoreboard. For Movistar Riders, it is a tough position to be in again. Money is starting to run dry.
Magisk so famous for those anchor positions. dupreeh just gets one, and then Magisk knows how to isolate these fights from the silo. He's really good at figuring out which side he needs to look at, where he can get some fair fights. And the final timeout taken by Movistar Riders. Dats has already got that AK. The rest of the team aren't going to have much alongside him, though. This is looking better and better for Vitality.
Yeah, this is looking like one of the swinging points of the game, because this is importantly the last timeout for Movistar Riders. If this game gets into the bonus rounds, if we have to go to the overtimes, if it's around 30, there will be no time to just take a timeout and let the coach have a say on the mic.
Yeah, I think with Des buying, you've just got to force as well.
It's rough. It's a tough one here.
They didn't have a big loss bonus, so Mac 10's mainly on a couple of players. Is this a round where you call for a faster play?
Well, this could be a round that opens up the opportunity for Vitality to take the lead by a few rounds. Important decisions in important times. dupreeh forced to change his position right away.
Magisk has an AK on A now. That's going to help him anchor even better.
Is this going to be a quick play from Movistar Riders? It is. They walk out into the site, but immediately they are met by Vitality's rock-hard hold. And it's now just Pius with a P250. His teammates have not been able to get into a competitive position in this round. And that will mean this force buy, this decision to invest, will come back to bite Movistar Riders. Pius does nominal damage to misutaaa and will be taken out to close. We're all tied up again. Difference being this time, Vitality do not have to go up against a very strong buy at all. They're not going up against a buy at all. This is going to be the lead.
And Molly came to the backside of Silo a little late for Movistar Riders. The first player had already pushed out through Squeaky. And you saw Magisk's position was one where he was just behind the silo initially, maybe to try and dodge some of the early flashes, some of the early utility, but it also left him able to quickly move out from the silo in case that molly was going to come into play. And it meant because he won that first fight over towards door, it was a little easier for dupreeh to sit in that CT vent position. It looked like that was the idea for Vitality there. Have Magisk get that first kill towards door, and then dupreeh can maybe go unnoticed. He can help out. And what do you do with 5 Glocks and nothing else?
Die.
Probably. No one really practices for these rounds, realistically.
Be futile, right? Yeah, it should be Vitality having no issue to push to 12 and take the lead, and then they would be 4 rounds away from qualifying for the arena. And we have seen performances from ZywOo in the Lanxess. Seen him make the final before. The last time there was a final, I believe ZywOo was in it, right? It was up against Liquid. It's crazy to think about how long ago we were in the Lanxess arena that Team Liquid won the Grand Slam back then. It's been so long. And it's one of the most prestigious tournaments that we have in Counter-Strike, and it's just one of those tournaments like the majors that every player strives to be at, strives to go deep in. For one of these teams, they will be in the arena at the end of the series. The other will still have an opportunity to make it that. We'll just have to go through the lower back bracket gauntlet, but 12 rounds are secured for Vitality. They have taken the lead, and they are now 4 away from securing that and making that a reality. For Movistar Riders, it's not enough to get the AWP out really here, unless Devs wants to bite and sacrifices Kevlar, and that won't be the case. So rifles out across everybody.
This is a round where if Movistar Riders have a strategy they're particularly confident in, they might want to pull it out, because Vitality are getting into a position where they're getting more and more comfortable round by round. Alex going to go aggressive towards Yard. We haven't seen them follow up these Yard smokes too often. This time it looks like that's going to change. They're going to test the rotations of Vitality down to lower.
Well, it's a good fight early. It actually softens up ZywOo, so that'll probably make him feel a little less confident sticking around and really committing to these fights. So that allows the window of opportunity for Movistar Riders to commit a number of players down into lower. And when I say a number, it's pretty much everybody down here. That's just lagging behind a little bit. Apex is down here, and he's looking to slow this one.
Oh, that nade. He's going to land, but Mopos gets the entry. That's not a trade Apex wanted.
No, that isn't. He'll not take that. He'll not be happy about that, but he has to stomach it. Oh, lovely shot from Mopos. misutaaa turns up and immediately extends around the corner and is met with a headshot. Vitality surely have to concede this now. The initial fight, none of them go their way. You need at least one from either misutaaa or Apex, and when neither of those players get a kill, it is a done deal in this round. Movistar Riders, it's a simple call, but it's effective.
I actually like them going for this just basic call in this round. Go ahead and get down lower, test those rotates. Even if it hadn't led to this round win so dominantly, you get to see what the approach from Vitality is going to be. You get to see what sort of rotations are going to happen, and you could play with those in the future. They don't even need to consider that right now, though. They win this one.
Yeah, and it's especially effective because for the majority of this half, right, it has just been one player, Alex, going down through Secret into the lower bomb site. So Vitality, it has sufficed just leaving one player there. Majority of the time, it has been ZywOo, but they have gotten away with just having one player defend Secret. This time, it isn't enough for Apex. Unfortunately, he gets caught throwing nades as well, so didn't even have a shot really at taking one kill there. And this is just, oh, so clean from Mopos. Well, Vitality now have to worry that obviously the Riders have shown they're willing to commit 5 players down Secret. There's a buyback here for Vitality.
It was also interesting seeing ZywOo playing Yard with that M4A4. Maybe made him a little less confident spamming that smoke and trying to do any damage on the initial cross. This time, though, he's got the AWP. We know what he can do with this.
Oh, dupreeh. Wow. Caught by Mopos, who's suddenly fueled with confidence.
Ooh.
He'll go forward. dupreeh is down. ZywOo replies on towards Sampires, and Davigi is barely walking. But remember, Mopos has got a strong position. He's pushed down the vent. He's starting to get closer towards Decon. And Apex is down here alongside misutaaa to try and hold on to the B site. Magisk will not win his fight on the upper bomb site, though. And this gives a fallback plan if you really want to. You can go back up the vent to A. You can get out of there.
It's just all the kills. Finally, misutaaa brings one back, but the bomb is going back up to this A bomb site. Free plant, molly in the vents. misutaaa's going to have to go the long way round. And there's still utility for Movistar to make this really difficult.
Well,
Main's been smoked.
Well, the youngest, the most inexperienced player on this team, and we'll see if he's able to pull off a massive round.
It's going to cost so much time.
It is going to buy a lot of time just going through this path. And they're focused on it as well. They're ready for the heaven walk. Davigi is low. So at least that's something here from misutaaa, but he needs a quick kill and he comes over the top and he doesn't react to the player right below him. Davigi takes him down, and Movistar Riders, 13 rounds, now in the lead. Money's still good for Vitality, so it's not going to get any easier for Movistar, but they've snatched back the lead.
I'd want a timeout here from Vitality. Mopos is suddenly just wreaking havoc. He's getting into positions that he shouldn't be. And something that Movistar Riders can use to their advantage with that is they send Mopos down to B. They send him as that distraction. He's got such good aim, he can win fights and cause that chaos. There is no timeout for Vitality though, so they're just going to run it again. They've still got a buy, they've still got that AWP. And ZywOo was given some opportunities in that previous round, but Sunpire's holding, and he'll hit the shot. ZywOo actually hit it.
Yeah, ZywOo did, but it went through the metal. That is the difference. A game of inches. And Vitality have lost their star. They've lost their AWPer. And a significant hold, or rather a significant hole in the defense established. This is starting to become very scary for Vitality, as you said. Mopod's wreaking havoc, but now they've lost the first player, and Movistar Riders elect to slow things down.
And this is a different look from the rounds that Movistar Riders have been winning. In general, they've been going for these fast plays. They've been trying to cause chaos. With a clean 5v4, this might be a slower, more methodical round. They haven't shown us this look, but they've got to clear out this boost, and this is oftentimes good for two.
Can misutaaa get the double? He's found one, but now the opportunity will start to dwindle away. He gets 1.5 kills. Apex unable to get much done at all, and once again, Apex goes down without any impact. Too many rounds as he's been caught in that same issue. dupreeh and Magisk don't really have a shot in hell taking this one, and Alex is about to come around. Magisk would at least win that, but it's just to try and get away. Movistar Riders extending to 14. And this Cinderella story may just continue.
It really felt like Vitality were the ones getting control of this second half. It's been an incredible turnaround, and it has come from these more simple calls from Movistar Riders. It's come from them honestly opening up their individuals and having those moments where the individuals can open up the round, can make Vitality uncomfortable. At least with the 2 save guns, Vitality still have money. This is that first shot that goes both ways. Unfortunately for misutaaa, only able to get one. And Apex was hoping he could arrive in time. He couldn't get any kills, and this is where that final timeout is finally taken for Vitality.
Yeah, they need to tighten it up. Losing ZywOo so early in the last round is obviously going to be a big hit. But we can't look past. Apex has missed some crucial opportunities to get some important kills. You know, if he just gets one in some of the positions he's been in, that changes the round for Vitality. He's able to take another on that ramp drop. Maybe there's a different story, but Movistar Riders calling a good game right now and being effective. Team Vitality are really on their last legs. You know, their money is right at the bottom. If they lose this, they run out of cash. And Movistar Riders will be on 15 rounds.
This time Apex towards Yard. ZywOo playing back from heaven. The smokes are put in a way that ZywOo can't peer over the top of them though. So yet again, Movistar Riders sticking to their pack mentality. Every single player down secret early, and similar to the previous rounds, there isn't much of a response from Vitality. They haven't rotated anyone down lower yet. That is going to have to change soon. Apex should be hearing some of these steps. Still no response. Movistar Riders moving, making noise down towards B. Surely Vitality have got to put someone here. Finally, misutaaa tries to rotate, but they're already on the site.
Yeah, this is rough for Vitality. The retake attempt that needs to be put through here just to get back into the site. ZywOo's gone.
I think it's the same.
It has to be at this point. If you go back into this site, a player down, you will have nothing to play with. And Mopod is hunting Apex. It's another rifle gone. Every gun that goes down here for Vitality decreases their chances of staying afloat. Decreases their chances of making it through to the playoffs in this matchup. Movistar Riders, 15. 1 round away from the Lanxess Arena.
I'm just so stunned that there was no rotate, no reaction from Vitality. I don't know if Apex just didn't hear the steps, but they certainly saw the smokes. And Movistar Riders have been running these simple plays where they group up as a unit. They've shown a willingness to go for that quick lower play. You have to respect those outside smokes. But Vitality don't respond. And now it's Movistar Riders with every opportunity to continue their miracle run.
No timeouts left for either side. Overtime needs to be played for here for Vitality, otherwise Movistar Riders have done it.
And ZywOo's playing straight down on B this round. They don't want to let that happen again.
I don't think they want to let ZywOo die first either, right? It's back-to-back rounds. He's the first player picked off. Alex gets into top secret. SoundQ has to be averted there. He's taking a lot of damage too, actually. 40 HP off the top. ZywOo's, in the early parts of the second half, was put in this position to deal with Alex. He's trying to fake out multiple players here. He's trying to fake out that there's multiple players pushing towards Seeker with that double step, and there is a bit of a wrap going down towards Hell. Apex, you have to deliver a kill now. He smokes himself off to try and buy time. He's going to try and delay them and give himself a bit more cover. But eventually a fight needs to be won by him.
Misutaa's so uncomfortable at ramp right now. He realizes he could be wrapped. He's had to go aggressive.
And I love this move from Magisk and Dupree. They've pushed through the squeaky door. ZywOo gets the kill on Alex towards Secret. 40 seconds left. What's the next move here from Movistar Riders?
Oh, daviG's going to hold the rotate back.
They've turned. They spot him in. misutaaa takes down daviG. The fight against Apex will go the way of Movistar Riders. They're into the lower bomb site. The bomb will soon join them, but down here already is ZywOo. He started the round here.
Wait. Is Mobile's above him?
He
He's
is.
behind.
He's behind him. He's tracking him. He's starting to get behind ZywOo. What's his awareness like right now? And it's not going to be good enough. Mopaz brings him down. 10 seconds left and an opening towards the B site. Now opened up for Movistar Riders. Bomb will go down. Advantage held. Mopaz has
No
the vent
shot.
drop. If they come down, the rifle's ready. misutaaa to the headshot. An opening again for Vitality to stay alive. But Movistar Riders, they know just moments away from locking in one of their dreams. It's a kill, it's a double, Sampayas brings them down. Movistar Riders are going to the playoffs. How far can this fairy tale run go? They're going to church.